Hey everybody, I'm Alex. This is my persuasive speech. I'm just continuing off my last topic, which is about hybrid cars. I have my guests right here. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Alright, cool. Okay, so hybrid cars are the future of our society due to their efficiency and pro-eco standpoint, and our society must place more on the roads in order for us to move on from expensive and disastrous oil dependency. Hybrid and electric cars are the major difference in helping our environment and making our entire society better as a whole. So I'm kind of want to talk about how electrical and hybrid cars help sustain our environment and how they positively impact our society as a whole. Hybrid, electrical, and conventional cars and their emissions are going to be compared and contrasted and shown the benefits of how driving a car that's part electric or full electric is compared to a car that uses just normal fuel. So knowing how they work creates a clear image on how it helps our environment and what we can do to help better ourselves. So stuff I kind of talked about in my last speech was how the electrical engine creates a higher fuel efficiency that not only saves the driver money, but also emits less harmful greenhouse gases than the conventional car. On average, the hybrid vehicle gets 5 more miles per gallon, which adds up. The extended tank adds up when driving, as a conventional car puts 70 pounds of CO2 per 100 miles, while hybrids only emit 50 pounds of CO2. Carbon dioxide, CO2, is one of the biggest threats we face with our current global climate and is a major proponent in the global warming epidemic that we are experiencing. Hybrid vehicles overall emit less, and they also have a lower oil dependency, and electric vehicles have no oil dependency at all. And lower oil dependency is the biggest concern for American car companies who are looking to innovate their brands to the future. With companies such as Tesla, who are opening fully electric vehicles of all types. They recently released a big rig that's actually going to be fully electric. So this is something that's really innovating that type of brand. It's imperative for other companies to join into this cause simply in order to compete. And this entire competition is huge for the environment in many ways, more than one. It's all about car emissions and the damage that come to our planet from more than just out of the tailpipe when a person drives a car. The actual production of the vehicle themselves produce emissions that harm us as humans and our planet as a whole. The production of electric vehicles produces much less pollution than that of a conventional car, but it still has its side effects as well. But when compared to that of a conventional vehicle, electric car production has much less of an effect on our environment. Conventional cars cause harmful side effects in every part of their process. You know, when it starts when they're digging for the oil, they break down the oil so that it may be used, and then they have to transport the oil in another car that's using oil to get into the car, and then it's getting reburned. So that entire process emits thousands of pounds of CO2 just for one car. And for electric cars, most of the emissions come from one source, like a power plant, where they're using different things to break down and create electricity and charge the batteries for their use. But the thing is that the waste that is created from that is disposed of properly, and it's overall just less harmful. The emissions that physically come from the cars themselves can be divided into 2 separate sections. The 2 types of pollution are air pollutants, things that can cause smog and haze and general health problems to the public, and then the other is greenhouse gases like CO2 and methane, which directly affect our atmosphere. Electric cars do not emit any type of harmful gases into our atmosphere, and which is why they're considered the future of automobiles, and plug-in hybrids produce over 50% less emissions than that of a conventional car. So as you can see, the environment would be greatly benefited by more hybrid and electric cars on the road. The barrels of oil that is used for gas by obtaining in drilling opportunities, both foreign and domestically, have a large potential for being harmful to our planet. If cars were using less oil, there would be less need to drill and further harm our planet in order to find oil as a fuel. This would mean that there are more hybrid cars driving, which means there's less dependency on oil, less fossil fuels, less companies having the entire production line, which I spoke on, is already harmful. And when there's less of these cars on the road, this can lower the gas prices, which even further decreases our demand for oil. So overall, hybrid cars are both ecologically sustainable and financially friendly. The advanced technology that allows a full electrical motor control are some of the most prized vehicles in the world, and this trend is only growing. Knowing the intricacies of these types of vehicles is important for our generation and the generations upcoming, as hybrid cars are one of the many ways that we can help reverse the effects of global warming and overall benefit our entire society. So my guests here, do you guys have any questions for me about electric cars and why we should be driving them? You guys good?
No.
Thanks.